Good morning and welcome to the channel. My name is Eric Bernaccio, coming to you with the tip of the day, and today we're going to discuss 5 different circumstances or situations that we could adapt to that may be occurring right now within our lives with the whole virus and the pandemic. So as we all know, worldwide pandemic is turning this world upside down. Lives are being lost and the economic state is in complete utter despair. We need to be able to adjust the circumstances and not give up on life or throw away the progress of something that we have worked so hard for. If you find yourself laid off or not working, it's not the end of the world. Apply for unemployment. Search for a job that is deemed essential. Look for jobs on the internet. Pick up an old hobby that may be profitable. You might have to humble yourself and work for less money or in a job setting that you normally wouldn't care to work for, but it's better than making no money at all. The point is, this should be a learning opportunity for everyone, and being placed in an uncomfortable situation will only strengthen you or break you. I choose to be strengthened today, and I hope you chose not to be broken. The second circumstance or situation, if you find yourself with more free time at home and it's time now to pick up a new hobby or continue with one that you may have put down or placed in the back burner a while back. Do some projects around the house. Maybe that yard work or a new paint job in a living room or installation of a new floor, something that you've been meaning to do for a while but you just haven't had the time to do. Spend more time with your loved ones. The ones that you don't get to see every single day because of your busy work schedules and school schedules and extracurricular activities. This is a time right now to reground and recommit yourself as a family, and to also just find yourselves and where you're at and build on those relationships, and don't waste this time as just something as idle and sitting there and not doing much with this opportunity, because you got to look at every situation as an opportunity. You don't want to sit there and view all the negative points of something. You need to take the positive out of everything and be able to use that for good. If you find yourself eating straight filth, now is the perfect opportunity to clean up your diet. Start implementing small changes. Make healthier choices. Eat smaller meals and eat smaller portions and more frequently throughout the day. Drink more water. Make the changes for your health. This right here is really important. A lot of people say, I don't have the time, I don't have the opportunity to eat healthier. And right now, while people are in quarantine, it's a perfect opportunity to start implementing a diet that is healthier for your longevity in your life. Ultimately, in America, the unhealthy eating habits and consuming too much food is probably the cause of at least a third of all the cardiovascular, diabetic, and obesity form diseases that are happening in America right now. And it's all pretty much because of poor eating habits and not acknowledging that you need to change and that there's nothing wrong with it. There is something wrong with it. You're shortening your life every time you're eating these things that are terribly toxic to your body, toxic to your mind, toxic to the insides of you. Yeah, you might notice some excess skin or fat because of some unhealthy choices, but you can only imagine what it looks like on the inside if that's protruding to the outside. So just take this into consideration. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for your loved ones, because I truly think it is a selfish act to allow yourself to get to a place where you're eating out of control just to fulfill something that can't be fulfilled. There's no food that is going to make you feel whole and complete, because an hour or two later you're going to be wanting more and more and more. So it's an addiction for sure, and can make your life unmanageable, especially as time goes on. So please, you find yourself in an unhealthy eating behaviors or habits, take this time now to change it. Start implementing change, so that way you can take it with you and carry it on through your busy schedules afterwards. If you are involved in groups, meetings, or churches and now can't congregate because of the crisis, there are thousands of other opportunities weekly to still participate in meetings through using the app Zoom. There's other apps as well that they do where they're doing virtual meetings. There's virtual Bible studies. There's virtual interactive Bible studies. There's the availability to watch your church do a live stream. There's sermons that you can YouTube. Thousands and thousands of sermons that you're able to YouTube and be able to still get the message if you need something inspiring at the time. There's inspirational speeches that you can search. There's no excuse because there's still resources available, and it might not be ideal, and this might not be something that you would preferably do, but it's still an opportunity that's available. And if this is something that you need in your life and that makes you continue to progress instead of digress, then I strongly suggest you take one of these things that are still available and utilize it. Like I said, there's meetings and there's church services. Everything's just going viral on the internet and live, and you're able to still participate in these things. And yeah, it's not quite the same as being in person and fellowshipping, but it's still an opportunity where you can't say there's no opportunity, because there is an opportunity. And the fifth and final situation or circumstance that we need to learn to adapt to is if you find yourself getting stir crazy or depressed, and due to the isolation, go for a walk, go for a hike, go for a run, do a home workout. There's millions of home workouts right now streaming all over the internet. You don't need much equipment. You can do aerobic stuff. You can do body weight workouts. If you have the availability to use equipment and free weights, then by all means use them. But you need to do something to help get your head straight. And when you do physical activity, it helps you with your mind. It helps you with your physicalness. It helps you just feel better. Your mood will be upbeat. Make a phone call. Tell others how you actually feel. Don't keep all those feelings inside and isolate. It's really important to let others know where you're at, especially people that you can trust and that hold you accountable and that love you and that you love. So reach out and speak to somebody. Make a phone call. Make a text. Send that email. Don't hesitate. This is your life and your mental well-being that we're talking about here, and it's also going to affect you spiritually. If you're depressed and you're going stir crazy and you got anxiety and you're one of these people that are full of fear, I can tell you your spiritual state is probably not in any good shape or form, because these things shouldn't be affecting you that way. So it's really something to consider, to find an outlet. And other ways that you can do it is listening to inspiring music. Don't listen to music that has a negative influence or that may persuade you to be even more depressed or down. Watch movies or TV shows that are upbeat. Don't watch stuff. It's all about what we put into our minds. You don't want to watch something that's depressing or something that's horrific. If you're going through a certain experience, it's just going to intensify your emotions and bring you to a state where you're even more liable to have a breakdown or put yourself in a situation that could be dangerous. So stop watching the news and feeding into everyone's social media posts. This will just make your mental state worse. In fact, if you're feeling extremely down, I challenge you not to watch the news or go on any social media outlets for a week. And I guarantee you in just a week's time, you'll feel much better about yourself. It's really hard to keep a positive mindset when you're already going through things and you have situations in your life that are difficult to deal with at this time, but it's also intensifies it when you start reading all these negative posts about politics, about the virus, about different people's struggles and stuff. And if you're not mentally able to take that on and discard the information that isn't needed or positive, and you're just allowing the negative stuff to just be embedded in your brain, then it's, you shouldn't be allowing these things in. You need to put the stop to the connection. If there's no connection or correlation to that getting the information into your head, then it won't affect you. So that's what you need to do. You need to stop the source. And the news is really toxic right now. I understand you want to keep up to date on precautionary things, what's happening in your different states, being deemed by the governor, or through the president. But you know, if you don't have an actual reason for watching it, and you're just watching to watch it, and you find yourself watching the news 2 or 3 times a day, yeah, you're gonna be in some pretty rough shape mentally. All it is just fear being instilled in people, just telling people what they can and can't do, you know, it's telling you how bad the economy is doing, and it's just a lot of negative information that you already know these things. Why do you need to keep reiterating and keep putting this negative stuff into your head? The more you do it, you're going to cause yourself to be in a place where you have a breakdown, an overload, potentially harm yourself or others, or you know, it's just not good. So I encourage anybody to avoid those things if you don't need to watch them by any means necessary. Well, there you have it. There are 5 different situations where you can adapt to the circumstances and not completely just give up in those areas. And this is really important, you know, like we need to learn to adapt to situations, because life throws curveballs. We have to live life on life's terms, and we can plan out things to the best of our abilities and be prepared for certain situations, but the best way for preparing is trying to build yourself up and making yourself a better you every single day, because that's going to make you more have the ability rather to be able to overcome these situations. And so don't allow yourself to just give up on certain areas in your life because a virus has come our way. Adapt to these situations and utilize the opportunities that are still available to the utmost. If you like this video, hit like, share, subscribe, comment, and tune in tomorrow for the tip of the day. Thank you. Have a great day.